All right, Libra, let's see what's going on for you guys the first week of August, shall we? First week of August for my Libra spirit. What is the situation for them? Okay. What say you for Libra, please? The Lover's in reverse. Okay. You made a choice. You made a decision. And you said, I will not be a lover. This is my choice. This is my decision. You said goodbye to a lover. Of course, at any point in time, guys, it can be flipped. All right, I'm going to start pulling for the next position, which is what's coming towards you. But while I'm shuffling here, I'm going to talk to you about this lover. Lover is a choice. We all know this. It's a profound bonding connection. It is almost impossible to rip apart for a lot of reasons, because Spirit could have put you together for a season or a reason, a lesson or a blessing, but that's your choice. Despite your odds, you choose each other. And it looked like you made that choice as to no thank you, because I don't want to be a lover. I want something solid, committed, structured, something that I know is stable. But as this proceeds in your first week of August, you start having stress over this, sleepless nights, and anxiety. A lot of it has to do with maybe they did this to you or you did this to them, because it just feels like a rejection, right? Regardless who did it. So you're thinking of going and talking to them and having a heart-to-heart conversation, face-to-face. So I do see an Aries person here. This feels like it's been on and off and a yo-yo for a while with this person, whoever this is. So it's funny, like I'm watching this show on Netflix. I think it's called Ransom Canyon. Anyway, the point I'm bringing this up is because on one of the episodes, this girl is dealing with two people, two men, and one wants to marry her and the other one has been an on and off, on again lover. And the one guy tells her, he's like, you should leave her alone, because if you haven't been able to commit already in all this period of time, you're not helping, you're holding this person back. And I found that to be profound. And sometimes I find that also to be the case when I see lovers, right? Because usually when we're young, we're in our 20s, our 30s, and we're dating people, the intentions are there. We know exactly what's happening. We know exactly if this person's going to be our boyfriend or our girlfriend. But when we start getting older and we have baggage, shit gets complicated. Shit gets difficult and tough. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves, no, it's that simple. And have to live with the choices that we make. Because I say these things to you because do you want to be this person? I don't think so. What's coming in for my Libras, please? What is the advice here for my Libras, please? These are a lot of major arcanas, boys and girls. Okay, the Tower. Let's talk about the Tower. Scorpio energy. This is Gemini. You know you're going to get my speech. Towers is when we have a big fight with our boss that we don't know what this means for our job. Tower is when something is said and it cannot be unsaid, and it changed the trajectory of the relationship. Tower is when someone says, I don't know if I can do this anymore, whether it's a job or a relationship or a marriage. So you have a Tower moment, a big fight, and it changes the trajectory and rocks your world. This happens for a reason. Many of the time, it's because Spirit's like, you are sitting there suffering and you weren't making a choice. Not making a choice is an actual choice. And this is what happens when we don't make a choice, because it festers. And Spirit's like, holy shit, they're going to sit there and suffer. They're just going to accept this and they're just going to keep suffering day in, day out like that. No, we got to give them a Tower moment. We got to get them to lose their job. We got to get this person out of their life, however which way. I don't care if they think this is a blessing. They don't know what good looks like until they had it. So Tower comes along. We'll see more when we clarify, but I do see you pausing and reflecting if you're going to invest in this anymore. That's a fact. Here we go. August sets off the fireworks. What is the advice here for Libra? Yes, Libra. I was about to say Leo. Six of Cups. Things that you had put in your past need to stay there. Six of Cups. You had fond memories, happy memories. It's like, you know, gluing back a fractured mirror. Unless you're creating a Picasso or a mural for the Whitney Museum in New York City, you're not gluing that shit back together again because it's going to cut you. Be like, oh, that was lovely. That was a journey. It was part of my path. It was beautiful. I have my memories. I have my experiences, but it's time to put them to bed. Okay? I see something about marriage and commitment or a lot of money on your home at the bottom of the deck. And I do think that you need to weigh your pros and cons carefully. Outcome of the week, please. Outcome of the week, please. Seven of Wands in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Empress at the bottom of the deck. Okay. You're giving up a fight of something. You're kind of not resisting a certain situation. You're kind of doing one of these things where let go and let God. Sorry, I was quiet there for a second. I was just getting all these downloads. You're kind of sitting there saying to yourself, excuse me, I'm an Empress. I sit on my throne. You know why? Because it's what I bring to the table that qualifies me to sit on a throne. Okay? So, I will not get off this throne to fight with you in the mud. That's for pigs and lesser than. That's like, no, thank you. So, you're not even putting up a fight or a struggle. You're just kind of like letting it go. Whatever it is that you're doing there. We'll see some more, but you're kind of, I don't want to say you're giving up, but you're definitely just going with the flow here. I really don't know how to read, how else anyone could read that. Seven of Wands in reverse. It's like you're not being defensive. You're not resisting. You're just free. You're just like, okay, whatever. And the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you're letting go of something. You're letting go of someone. All right, let's continue. Libra, please, Spirit. The Lovers in reverse. The Eight of Swords. All right, you're stuck. You're like, I can't even go forward with this. I'm actually married. I'm committed. Or this person is married. Or that person's committed. And you're like, what am I doing here? I got to let this go. This is not realistic. And you're just like, I'm going to just take this day by day and figure out my marriage and my commitment here with somebody. That's why we stress. And that's why we have anxiety. And then this is why we have panic attacks. And this is why we have stomach ulcers. And Spirit's like, well, fuck. They can't live like that. Tower. Tower. Nine of Swords, please clarify. You're stressing over a reconciliation potentially. It's funny, but somebody here is not letting you go. They're not giving up without a fight. That's pretty funny. And you're like, well, fuck, now what? Because this person wants to upgrade. They're like, nope, they're ready to go all in. Shit. All right, the Tower. Clarify the Tower. Oh. What the heck? All right, so there is a Tower moment here, and I don't know which one of you definitely is doing this with the Lover. Gemini energy there. Manifested an ending here. So I don't know if Libra, maybe you manifested this ending. Maybe you manifested this fight, this argument, just so you can have an ending here. All right, because I do see the World card. But this is an end of a cycle here and an end of a chapter. And you best believe you met them for a reason with the Wheel of Fortune. It was definitely to show you things that were lacking in your life, things that were missing, the direction you wanted to go in with life relationships in general, what you could have with your current spouse or partner, and you're explaining this to them. Either way, someone manifested that situation. But I feel like this lover keeps coming back to you, or you keep going back to them. It's definitely interesting. What is the Six of Cups? Please clarify. You guys are starting to look more and more like that TV series on Netflix. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're trying to figure out this whole third-party situation and how to move past it and move on into your future. The thing that's in flux is your commitment or your marriage already that you have. Others of you, this is something about in flux, trying to get this lover to be more traditional, like courting, dating, meeting family members, getting it on track to get married. But you're ready to rock and roll and leave. Problem here is, I'm going to say this, right? You're emotionally guarded. I get it. And it feels like you have to. But perhaps whatever is toxic here, Libra, you need to leave that behind. Whether it's fear and insecurity within yourself or the person or the situation. All right, let's see what's going on here with the outcome with the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you stopped fighting. You were resisting this for a hot minute, and I don't think you can any further or any longer. There's somebody here that feels like they're your soulmate. Whoever you're in love with, Libra, they are too. Two of Cups. Okay, the problem is you just keep fighting with each other, or you keep bringing up these issues in between the two of you. But you're kind of now letting it go. You're kind of like, you know what? I give up. I just do. And I do see commitment and marriage at the bottom of the deck, attached to guilt and regret, and you putting effort into this. But if you think that you're not going to repeat a cycle, you got to be kidding me, because here's your Ace of Wands. The Tower and the Lover are showing you big signals, big signs. You guys have to figure this out. All right, you have to move into your future, regardless if you stay with these people, spouse, lover, anybody. You've got to decide. Influx that you need to look at is your commitment, is your marriage, is your career, or something that you want to be more formal, more traditional. You've got to see if that's in your future. All right, and your past has now become your past. Your future is how you start everything new going forward from this point onwards, Libra. But I'm going to tell you right here in your outcome, Two of Cups, I love. Because this is mutual love. You just have like issues. It's like, and this has been my reading all day for everyone. It's complicated. But then when I'm looking at 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, I don't always feel like this couple is somebody you're married to for 20 years. I almost feel like this is somebody else that's newish. Who is this? Oh, this on and off. This Aries person, or this person that's of authority, or your boss or a mentor of some kind. That's it. Yeah, death. On and off. Dead, not dead. Comes back to life. You guys go back and forth with each other. I feel like this person doesn't let you go either. They're just like kind of... And then you resist, or they resist you, and then they come back. The funny thing is you guys love each other. I don't know if maybe it's the communication not happening correctly, but we sure as shit are going to see the second week of August what happens. But as of this week, you're trying to put them behind you. Libra. Forgiving and learning. I feel like this belongs to you guys. It's not about somebody else forgiving you or learn. It's you forgiving yourself for the things that you've done when there's, and you're learning from said situation. But we'll see more in the extended when I clarify this. All right, we'll put that there. Everyone's getting a 15 to 18 minute video this week, only because I want to do everyone this week. Everyone's complaining, why do you always just do Aquarius, Libra, Aries, Taurus? I got to squeeze you all in. Let's head on over to the extended. We'll get into your person, what they're thinking and feeling, the intentions towards you, and actions that they will take towards you for the first week of August, plus what this is talking about with Tarot. All right, let's head on over there. Everybody else, I will see you next week. Don't forget to leave your comments.